Welcome to the Land, your bet sports betting show. 3 more playoff games here on Thursday, and in this one, we're going through the second game of the night. The Grizzlies are back at home, taking on the Thunder, seeing if they can make this thing a series. Hasn't looked good so far, but we're going to dive into what you need to know here from game 2. Got some insights and some matchup data that hopefully will help you guys with your bets here on Thursday as well. So continue to subscribe to that channel and follow along all postseason as we get a video out for each and every one of these games moving forward as much as we can. Obviously going to miss a couple here and there, but had a really good night on Tuesday. Going to roll through that with you guys again, and then looking good right now as I record during the first slated set of games here on Wednesday night. Looking like we're going to make some money. Already cashed a couple bets, so feeling good about that as well. So definitely go ahead and give this video a like if that all sounds good, and let's get right into it. Another unit made, not overly impressive because we lost both the McDaniels and the Gobert bet, which really hurt us, but we still end with that full unit up. So we are now up 11 units on the postseason here, and then 45.5 here on the season as a whole. Now, very happy that we climbed up these 11 units in the last roughly week and a half or so. But if you do want to jump in before I get into these plays, let you know that the code is YOFS25. Going to have that for the last couple days of this week, and then we're going to switch it up if you do want to get in for a discount, as long as we keep winning. But we keep winning, so I'm going to keep putting out this code. Gets you 3 months in the VIP for 50% off. Like I said, a lot of good looks in there in addition to mine with the NBA. Got plenty of MLB stuff as well. But quick run through on the 4 and 3 here from Tuesday. Nembhard, another big night from our guy. We should probably be hitting him for 15 a game. He's now averaging 15 a night in the playoffs since last season, and that includes with Siakam and Halliburton out there with him. So love playoff Nembhard at this point. Giannis, you knew he was going to come with it on the points and the rebounds especially. I loved, so took the plus 120 for the little parlay for him to have a 30-12 game. And then we had Scottie Pippen Jr. I told you I was going to come back to it. In the playoffs, if something doesn't go your way and a bet isn't right, you got to make sure there's a reason that you lost, that maybe you can still go back to it next game. And with Scottie Pippen Jr., we knew that it was a blowout, so he had no shot at getting his in the first game, 51-point loss. But in the second game, as long as this thing's within 20 points, and they lost by 19, we knew Scottie at least had a shot at it. He took 7 threes in that game, and we got plus money, plus 150. For him to hit 2 of 7. So felt great about it, and we got the attempts from him. And then J-Dub, he squeaked that one out, but we're going to talk about him again in this episode. Again, not scared. I have reasons for why he barely climbed over the RA. We're going to talk about some other props for him in this one. Edie, I think we're done with that one. My bad on that one, y'all. We keep trying to push that Sisyphus pushing the rock up the hill for those interested in the Greek mythology there. He's not getting the minutes that he was. That's really what it comes down to. He did play 26 in this one and then got pulled in the fourth when he was supposed to get another 3 to 4 minutes, 5 minutes even, potentially to get us over. And he couldn't do it because he doesn't seem to be the matchup that Isola likes in this game. So we'll probably stop messing with that. And the McDaniels, I mean, just bad game for the Timberwolves all around. But those 2 bets for McDaniels and Rudy to eventually get it together a little bit more, I'm still going to be playing those. It just, Rudy was out of the game quick because, I mean, he still played the minutes, but I'm saying his opportunities were gone because they needed threes and Ant was trying to do everything. And the McDaniels just missed shots, didn't take that many, was hot in the first half and then just disappeared in the second half. So like I said, not scared of them, going to keep going back to him, but hopefully you guys are getting something out of these recaps. Let's go ahead and jump to everything we've got here for Thursday. Normally I like to give you guys some game notes from the previous game, but I'll be honest, I had like 2 big takeaways from this one. One, Zach Edey probably not made for this series. Maybe Isola goes back to him a little bit more, but at any key crucial moment that Edey was on the floor in game 2, he got yanked pretty quick. So I guess he's seeing something that he doesn't like from Edey, head coach Tomas Isola. And then the other thing was Chet Holmgren's better than Triple J. I don't know what else to say. Chet's having awesome games against Memphis, dominating the boards against them. And we'll talk about that here when we get to the player props looks that I've got for you guys. And Triple J, I mean, he had a way better game in this one because he had 4 points in game 1. And in this one, he had 26 in game 2. But at the same time, he was like a minus 20, not a like. He was a minus 20 when he was on the floor, which was a team worst. Didn't even play more minutes than a few other guys. So it's not like you can just say, well, he was out there for the more minutes and that's why he had a worse plus minus. He just didn't play well. And Chet was better than him in every facet of the game, scoring, assisting, shooting, name it, rebounding especially. But if we just look at the matchups, nothing changes here. Just a quick reminder, these are pretty stable. Like we see these guys, both these teams just having these guys guard each other pretty consistently throughout the whole game. And I'll just quickly look at the Memphis on offense, sort of the matchups here. Same concept, right? Dort Morant, SGA Pippen Jr., J-Dub and Bane, Jalen Williams. all these guys just guard each other. So nothing really weird or wonky in this one. But I will say that like that does give the best matchups to I mean, honestly, this is just really good defense across the board. I don't really have an advantage for anybody on Memphis. As we jump into this stuff, let's just go to the guy who has been the cash cow for us in this series more than anyone. That is J-Dub, Jalen Williams. And here's the thing. We've been going over on the rebounds and the assists, right? If you look at this 9.5, this is the exact same number that we saw in the last game for J-Dub, 9.5, or you have to take 10.5 on some plus money stuff, right? Not great plus money, but like plus 105 or so, let's say. So if that's where you're at with it, you know, I can see that working out again. The rebounds are starting to look a lot worse to me. And it's not just the boards, right? He had 5 in this game, 6 in the second game here. It's the rebound chances that don't look as good for him in this series. So you look at the games this season versus this team, right? They played 6 games on the boards at 5.5, even at plus money, like plus 130. He's only gone over in a few of them. But if you put this at 4.5, then it looks good. Still, it's the rebound chances that don't really go up very much. 9.7 rebound chances per game versus this team, as opposed to 9.4 on the season. If you look at the dimes versus this team, this is where we get the bigger edge, right? He's at 6 assists per game against this team versus 5 on the season as a whole. So that gets an uptick as opposed to the rebounds. And then the potential assists go from 9 per game to 12 per game. And a big reason for this, what I've talked about with J-Dub and why I like him so much in this series, and why if you said you wanted to take the points or points and assists, I wouldn't tell you not to, is this team is awful. The Grizzlies defense, terrible. Again, well, it's bad, but it's terrible specifically against transition points, right? And that's what J-Dub does better than SGA, essentially, is like half court offense, SGA is the man. Full court offense, transition, fast break, J-Dub is the man, right? 26th. This team is 5th worst, limiting transition points. J-Dub gets 5 points per game off transition, 20% of them. And the points, while they're great, it also shows you he's getting assists in transition as well, right? That's a big part of it, is that he and, you know, a couple other guys like Kason Wallace, Alex Caruso, those types of guys, they get out into transition with him, and then he's got options to either score or pass. And that's why I like the dimes, the assists here, the most for J-Dub is not just that he's hit this a good amount against them. It is the potential assists that show me he's at 12 per game and he needs 5. Well, yeah, I usually expect someone to get about half of their potential assists turning into assists, maybe 55, 60% at the most. So we don't really need that. We don't even need 50%. If we get him to 12 potential assists and we have only need him to get 5, we're in a really, really good spot. As we move into Chet Holmgren, go ahead and give the video a like if you're getting anything out of this stuff here. Really trying to help you guys break down these individual matchups game to game so you can really bet on the playoffs a lot better. This stuff comes down to understanding when you need to make some adjustments from the prior game, or if you can continue finding the same type of value bets that you have. And we keep going back to a lot of the same ones here in this series, but next one is going to be Chet, because I've just been ignoring it too long. That head-to-head against Jaren Jackson Jr., he dominates. I mean, if you want to take the points, he also scores against this team. And the only game he didn't really score was that first one. They won by 21. The first one he played in on the season. Next game, they won by 51. He only played 21 again, but he was 5 for 11 and 6 for 6 from the free throw line. And then 33 minutes in this last game because it was a little bit closer. And we're getting game 3, right? When you get to game 3, other team has their back against the wall. They're coming home down 2-0. They have to win game 3. They cannot go down 3-0. And I don't think anybody, including everybody in the Memphis locker room, really thinks they have a chance in this series, but that they're going to come out, I would hope, right? I would hope they're going to come out with some ego and some pride and really try to bring it to them in game 3. I say that to say Chet's minutes are probably pretty safe, right? I think we can get him back up to 30 to 33 minutes in this game. So if we do look at Chet on the season when he plays at least, I mean, let's give him 28 minutes for starters. Where's he at on the boards in 28 minutes? He's at 9.6 per game in the 21 games that he's played. He gets to 9, right? And we can still get this at minus 135, but let's bump that up to 30 minutes and assume that he's going to play a few more because, again, this game's going to be relatively close enough to keep him out there. Now he's at 10.9. So you get Chet to 30 minutes, you're looking at about 11 boards per game. I think we just go ahead and bypass 8.5 and just take 10 plus boards for Chet in this one, or something along the lines of a double-double for plus 130, because if he's going to be out there, and we've established that he's a way better rebounder than Jaren Jackson Jr., I'm going to go ahead and take Chet Holmgren to keep getting his. As mentioned, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And I still like Scottie Pippen Jr. on the threes because we're still getting decent enough plus money. Like this will probably, if he hits 2 in this one, this will be the last game that we're able to get this for such good plus money. But the key here is that his shot attempts go up against the Thunder. So he's hit 2 in 3 of 6 games now. We're giving him the benefit of the doubt in game 1 that he only played 22 minutes because they lost by 51. He still took 4 threes in 22 minutes. Then he took 7 threes in the next game in 31 minutes. And this is what we should project him for is 30, 34, maybe at the most, but 30 to 34 minutes is a good projection for SPJ because he's guarding SGA the most, right? He's guarding Shai Gilgeous-Alexander for as long as he can while he's out there. Not saying he's going to do a great job, but he's not doing a bad job, and that'll at least give him the minutes. Then he's the best outlet for when guys like Ja drive and kick. He's going to be not maybe the best outlet, right? You're going to have better shooters than him, but he's going to be the outlet that is left open the most, right? OKC is very selective with who they leave open from 3 on spot up shooting, and Scottie Pippen Jr. is a guy that they've shown that they'll leave open more often than other guys. On the season, he's at 3 a game, 2.93 attempts a game. Against this team in all the games he's played, he's at 3.7 attempts per game. And he wasn't really playing much. There's a couple games at the beginning here where he played 8 minutes and he played 24 minutes, right? So if we give him a legit amount of minutes here in these last bunch of games, 21, 31, 22, and 31, like we should be giving him that amount at least, probably, like I said, 30 plus. And now we're in a good spot to hit 2 for really good plus money. Last guy I'll mention here is Santi Aldama because I don't like Edey to continue. I like Edey to continue not getting minutes, and I don't like him to start getting minutes, is my point. So that does mean we're going to see a little bit more Santi, right? Game 1, whatever, 19 minutes. We throw that one in the trash. Does not matter. But game 2, 31 minutes. He was the one really eating into whatever Edey was doing. So as a result, he's probably going to keep going. I don't know if I'm going to be getting a bet down on Santi or not because I'm going to have to look at a few more things. But really, it's going to come down to, do you think he's going to hit shots or not? Because I do think he's going to be out there for the minutes, and he will be another guy who's probably left open a little bit more often than guys like Desmond Bane or Triple J, and or even like Luke Kennard, right? One of the best three-point shooters in the league. Another guy they're not going to leave, so they're going to choose to leave Santi open a bit more. In those situations, he should be good for 11 points if he gets back up to 30 minutes. I mean, look at what happens when he plays even just 26 minutes, right? He goes up to 15 points a game. Even if we made this like 26 to 30 and put a ceiling on him, still at 15.6 points per game. So when he actually gets the minutes, this is one of the better scorers off the bench in the league. We just need him to get the minutes and then hit the shots against a really, really good defense. So I think it's a good bet. I haven't put it down yet, but I'll definitely be obviously talking about this with the folks in the VIP for sure. All right, make sure you are subscribed so you can check out the other couple episodes we have up for the Thursday slate with 3 games on it. Also, if you do want to jump into that VIP, the link is in the description of the video. You can still get YOFS25 will get you 50% off. That's the code right there, as in play YOFS25. 50% off the first 3 months for you guys, so you can jump in, get all the plays that I'm making here over the course of the rest of this postseason, and then as we get into the W as well. So best of luck to everybody on Thursday. Till I see y'all next. Happy betting.